everyone, my name is Omar Lopez. I am a teacher, learner, and tech enthusiast who loves anything dealing with innovative teaching practices. In this video, we will briefly talk about the importance of social media in the approach to connect with other educators. More specifically, we will talk about how Twitter acts as a platform to becoming a connected learner. With that said, we will begin with explaining what a connected learner is. The EdTech Review's editorial staff describes connected learners as those who develop networks and co-construct knowledge from wherever they are. The idea of wherever is what I deem to be the most important. Being connected allows for the learning to take place anytime, anywhere. Connected learners collaborate online, use social media to interact with others around the world, engage in conversations, and most importantly, they use what they learn to improve their teaching or their leading practices. For purposes of this video, I will use connected learner and teachers interchangeably. As mentioned before, Twitter is a tool we will focus on to build this connected learner community, or CLC. Because it is an internet-based tool, the learners in our CLC will be able to access Twitter from any mobile device, thus becoming connected to a learning source. As an avid user of technology and firm believer in the power of technology to transform teaching, my plan is to lead the CLC in the discovery of innovative teaching strategies through the use of Twitter. As a campus and even as a district, we teachers often struggle to provide meaningful opportunities for our students to practice the English language. For this reason, we will embark on this learning journey together to find ways to better help our students amplify their voice, particularly in the science classroom. In order for our CLC to be successful, we will need to collaborate extensively on this learning journey. The first thing we need to do is help our CLC members with their Twitter accounts. Once the accounts have been established, we will explore the different features and menus together. We will talk about digital citizenship and discuss appropriate Twitter etiquette. Together, we will develop a set of norms to keep everyone safe and, most importantly, to stay connected. An activity that we will begin with is creating a list of people to follow. As a group, we will explore different prominent educational and technology figures. We will come to a consensus as this list of individuals will be our first group to follow. This will be the first step in building our personal learning network. Furthermore, because student voice and language development are our priority, we will then share hashtags that are linked to student voice. We will use our knowledge of state assessment requirements and use that to build a repertoire of strategies to help our students. To ensure that all members of the CLC are engaged in the learning process, I will employ several of the principles mentioned in the book by Nussbaum, Beach, and Ritter, The Connected Educator. First of all, we will develop a shared vision. Doing this will help each member of the CLC feel empowered and connected. We will foster collegiality and develop a collaborative community based on trust. It is my intention to model this behavior in order to build this community in which we will build from each other's strengths and become each other's biggest cheerleaders. Nonetheless, in order to maintain momentum, it will be imperative that we support each other and celebrate each other's successes. We will focus on the positives and learn from the negatives. At the same time, it will be vital to provide autonomy to the CLC members. This will help them stay engaged and interested in what we are doing. They will take ownership of the learning. Becoming a connected learner does not happen from one day to the next. It takes effort and participation from all members of the CLC. Nonetheless, I will spark the conversation by talking about Flipgrid. This is a tool for online video discussion that is free for all teachers. We will discuss ideas of how we can integrate Flipgrid into our instructional practices. We will continue to add to the conversation by sharing tech tools and Twitter posts that talk about Flipgrid and student voice. Each member of the CLC will also participate in a Flipgrid discussion grid. To sustain the learning from our CLC and to ensure that action is taking place, we will continue to stay connected throughout the school year. We will schedule monthly Twitter chats in which we will share ideas and strategies with each other. In Twitter conversations, members of the CLC will be expected to share Flipgrid codes in which they share their student successes. Members of the CLC will also be asked to moderate Twitter chats with our CLC or their own PLNs. It is recommended that each member of the CLC finds other educators to follow and learn from. As with any program in education, barriers and obstacles are to be expected. One of these problems that I envision is teacher resistance in the use of social media. To address this concern, I will use other teachers as examples to assure the hesitant ones that this approach of using Twitter is solely for professional growth. They will not be required to share any personal information, so this should make them feel more at ease. Although connected learning is not a new term or practice, technology allows us to become connected learners more easily. It is easy for us to connect with other educators to exchange ideas and teaching practices. Through the use of Twitter, we can accomplish that. We grow our PLN and lead our CLC beyond the boundaries of our campus. Becoming a connected learner will require effort and commitment, and requires us to step out of our comfort zone, but our students deserve it. It is up to us as teachers to connect with other educators to provide the opportunities and learning experiences that our students need to be successful.